We're 3 hours into trading. It is Friday, September 24th. Thank God it's Friday. Hello, traders. Let's take a look at yesterday's pick. I always like to start the videos off with yesterday's pick so that you can gauge the performance. CRM was my pick of the day yesterday. You can see long green candle closing on its high through prior resistance, downward sloping trend line, breach to the upside, heavy volume. It has all the ingredients of a great trade. Put up that M5 chart. Look at the strength that we've seen today. Had this really nice start to the day. Big gains in here, little pullback, downward sloping trend line, back off to the races. What's particularly impressive about CRM is put up the daily SPY chart, the 5-minute chart. You could see early in the day, big market pullback. What's the stock do? There's your second leg of the market pullback. It's grinding higher. That is the relative strength. That is the tell right here. Market down, stock creeping higher. That's where you know you've got a good entry point. Stock continuing upward. If you had swung this overnight, doing well on it as well. You was another one that I had mentioned yesterday. However, there was a caveat to you. I'd mentioned to you that we wanted to see half of that range recovered yesterday before we'd take a position. So we had this big run up, had this big drop in here. This is about where the video came out. I said, I'd really like to recover half of this, then we can get long. Well, the stock barely ticked above it late in the day, but it did get above it. And today you can see how the stock has been able to hold that quite well, and it's starting to grind higher. So not a bad play. I think that now that it's been able to get through resistance right here, tails above body, so there's been some selling pressure in here, tail above body. Now we're starting to get some nice, decent price action. Buyers are engaged, big volume. Those are your two plays from yesterday. So let's take a look at the market today, see what it's doing. This is not a particularly strong market. You can see lots of mixed candles. I've been telling you about context. The context today, there's your low of the day, there's your high of the day, came in the first half hour of trading. We have an inside day, meaning that the market is trapped inside the prior day's range. So it's an inside day, and we are within the high and the low from the first hour. So this is an inside day. That tells me that the price action is going to be super choppy back and forth. No market direction, nothing to really speak of. If I were going to trade from the short side, here's what I'd be watching for. 1OP indicator really starting to spike. Wait for that rollover right in here. Draw your upward sloping trend line. Click on that low right there. Click on that low right there. There's your upward sloping trend line. Let's draw it in. So as long as this trend line is intact, we'll wait for that 1OP cross. When the 1OP cross happens, if that upward sloping trend line is breached, then you can try the downside. In general, on a daily basis, price action's been pretty decent. You can see that typically when we've had these big sell-offs down to a major support level, we'll put up the 50-day and the 100-day moving average, that the market's had a tendency to bounce off of those levels. I had mentioned to you yesterday, I felt that we were going to have a gap and go yesterday and follow through a gap up today. Didn't get that gap up today. I played it. I lost money on it. I'm okay with it. Very small bet. So not a problem. Just took one winning trade to offset the loss. But I had set up a nice situation there where I bought an overnight call debit spread using SPY 445, which was actually close to the high yesterday. So I bought the 445 call, sold the 446 call, did it right on the close, did that spread for a 25-cent debit. So my risk reward scenario on that trade was I could potentially lose 100% on it, or I could make 300% on it. I felt that a gap up was likely at least to a 50-50 probability. So if there's a 50-50 probability that I'm going to get that gap up, it's probably going to get to the high from yesterday, and I have a chance to make 300% with a 50-50 probability or lose 100%. That is a good risk reward ratio. I would do that trade again. Didn't work out. It was a small bet, but I thought I would highlight that because I was looking for a gap higher today. Now, we've had a bounce off the 100-day moving average. Every time we've touched a major moving average, the market has rebounded. We have not seen persistent selling like this. It's been 3 steps lower and gone, 3 steps lower and gone. This time, this has taken about 2 weeks to unfold, and now we're getting a tenuous little bounce in here. I still suspect that we're going to see a dip in here somewhere and a higher low double bottom with that 100-day moving average holding. Then I think swing traders can start to get more aggressive, and then I think we have a chance for a year-end rally. So that next dip probably will come sometime in the middle of October. That's how I see things shaping up. We had Evergrande made their coupon payment, so creditors are breathing a little bit easier for the time being. And we had the FOMC statement that also removes uncertainty. That is why I felt, especially since we closed above the 50-day moving average yesterday, also notice we're above it right now. That's why I felt we had a chance to get through that downward sloping trend line. If we're able to do that, that also is going to attract some more buyers. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on the 50-day moving average. Use those as your guide. Evergrande, let's talk a little bit about that. So they make their coupon payment. All is right with the world. China's central bank put $17 billion of liquidity into the banking system, and we're off to the races. No, not so. In fact, look at FXI. This is a Chinese index. Let's zoom out. Take a look at that 1-year chart. This may be the year of the ox, but I smell a rat. I don't read the headlines and listen to what politicians or analysts say because they're all speaking their book. What I do is I watch price action. The technicals will tell me everything that I need to know. And right now, they are telling me that money is flowing out of China. I think there are bigger problems there. You must keep an eye on China. And with the market trading right now at a forward PE ratio that we haven't seen since the tech bubble of 2000, it is a time to be cautious. We've seen relatively heavy selling pressure. Be cautious. Keep your trades very, very short term. So I like the market. I think we're going to head higher today. I like the fact that we're testing this downward sloping trend line. I like the fact that we're above the 50-day moving average. For those reasons, I am going to look at some bullish stocks. I'm just going to go into my heavy buying list. Tesla, let's see what that's all about. Pretty nice trying to get through this horizontal resistance. This is nice. Bullish engulfing candle. Let's look at the 5-minute chart. Tesla's got a nice head of steam here. Let's put up that 5-minute chart so we can keep an eye on the market while we're doing this. You're not going to get much help from the market. Remember, we're trapped inside the first hour range, and this is an inside day. We're trapped inside of yesterday's range. So, not looking for this to be a gangbuster Friday. Very, very lackluster, choppy price movement. Mixed green and red candles tell me there's no momentum today. So, the stock is going to have to do all the heavy lifting on its own. Pick wisely. Heavy volume, trying to make a new high. Looks good. CRM we've already looked at. SAVA. Grind, 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 grind. Put up the 1 OSI indicator, orange line above 0. Look at that strength. All day it's been strong relative to the market. SAVA looks good. Let's put up the daily chart. Oh yeah, going to fill in some of this gap right in here above the 200-day moving average. It has room to the 100-day. I like it. I think this stock looks great. Facebook, it has been bearish. We had gap down, below the 100-day moving average. I set my alert right here horizontally, and I got an alert today. It is starting to get back above that 100-day moving average. Looks good. I would not do anything more than day trade it because this is bearish price action. So I don't like this chart. I do not like that for a swing, but for a day trade, now that it's above the 100-day, sure. OSTK, I do like this. We've got a cup and handle formation. There's your horizontal resistance line, 200-day moving average, great relative strength, nice volume, blows through the 100-day today, closing on its high. Volatile stock, but it looks like it wants to go higher. So this is a nice candidate. Take a look at that strength. Oh, love that. So it's got a nice head of steam. I like OSTK. It's going to be hard for me to find something that I like better for day trading or swing trading than that. AEHR looked good out of the gate today. Love that horizontal breakout right there. This stock also looks fantastic. Continue to go down the list, see what else we've got. Just a little bit too far out of the gate for me on explosive moves like that. SNAP, beautiful. Compression in here, able to hold all of these gains from that gap higher. So now it's finally got enough buyers lined up to where it's ready to make its next move higher. I do like SNAP. RCL we looked at yesterday. Love that compression, horizontal breakout. That looks good. MRIN. It's an interesting stock right here, trying to get through this resistance level. It's been very, very strong today. That's another decent looking stock. See how easy it is to find these? I'm just going through my lists. That also looked pretty good. SFIX, kind of a bottom fishing stock there. So out of the ones that I've been able to go through right now, I really like Snap. I think that's a decent looking stock, and I love that breakout. I think that Snap could do well today. I think it also could do well overnight. You can see nice, consistent price movement higher, excellent volume. That's your pick of the day, SNAP. OSTK, little bit on the choppy side as far as the daily chart goes, but really nice through here. Nice through the 100-day moving average. Buy it on dips. Yes, absolutely. I think that works. SAVA. Also, nice little bouncer in here through this resistance level here. It's got room to the 100-day. That's one I'd be keeping an eye on. Tesla looks pretty good, trying to get through this high. If it can continue to push higher and close above that resistance level, I think it's good for an overnight as well. You can see the relative strength right there. That's all I've got for you. Have a great weekend. Please leave your comments. We'll see you Monday.
Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.